keeping applications running smoothly in the cloud. It feels like it gets trickier every day, doesn't it? The environments are just so complex now.
Absolutely. And that's where good cloud monitoring really comes in. It's pretty much essential for keeping things reliable, giving you the eyes you need on performance, security, everything.
Right. So today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that, cloud monitoring. We're using a set of interview questions, actually, for technical program managers in this space as our sort of guide.
Yeah, it's a neat approach. These questions really help zero in on what matters most.
Our mission here is basically to pull out the absolute core knowledge, what makes monitoring effective, and give you a shortcut to understanding this whole critical area. Think of it as tapping into what experts look for.
Exactly. These questions don't mess around. They target what's key for managing cloud health effectively.
Okay, let's start at the beginning, maybe. Just briefly, what kind of cloud setups are we even talking about monitoring?
Sure, you've basically got three main models, right? Infrastructure as a service, or IaaS, where you manage the virtual machines, the storage.
Like the basic building blocks.
Precisely. Then there's platform as a service, PaaS, which adds layers for development, databases, messaging queues.
Makes it easier for developers.
Yep. And finally, software as a service, SaaS. That's ready-to-go software like email or CRM. You just use it. And the big players providing these are, AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, GCP.
Gotcha. So a pretty diverse landscape. How do we actually watch over all this? What are the tools?
Well, there's a whole spectrum. You've got popular open source options, things like Prometheus for collecting metrics, Grafana for making those nice dashboards.
Very flexible, I hear.
Very. Then you have the big commercial platforms. Datadog is a major one. They offer sort of an all-in-one managed solution, often easier to set up, but comes with a cost.
And the cloud providers themselves.
Oh, yeah, definitely. AWS has CloudWatch, Azure has Azure Monitor, Google has its own cloud monitoring. These are built right in, tightly integrated with their services.
So lots of choice. It depends on what you need, I guess.
Exactly. Budget, team expertise, the scale you're operating at. It all factors in.
Okay, so we have the tools. What are they actually measuring? What are the vital signs we need to track?
Good question. It really breaks down into two main areas: infrastructure health and application performance.
Right.
For infrastructure, you're looking at the basics. CPU load, how much memory is being used, network latency, how fast data travels, the fundamentals.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And for the applications running on top.
There, you care about things like application response time, how quickly does it answer, error rates, how often are things failing, and throughput, basically, how much work is it getting done.
Okay. Now, I hear logs and traces thrown around a lot, too.
Yeah.
How are they different from these metrics?
Yeah, they're distinct but related. Metrics give you the numbers, the trends, the overview, like CPU is at 80%. Logs are like a detailed diary. Every single event gets recorded. User X logged in. Database query failed. Tools like the ELK stack, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana help you sift through those.
So more for digging into why something happened.
Exactly. And tracing. Tracing is different again. It follows a single request as it hops between different services in your system. Jaeger is a common tool here. It helps you pinpoint bottlenecks.
Ah, so you can see where things are slowing down in a complex chain.
Precisely. Metrics show what, logs show what, and when in detail, traces show the path and timing.
Okay, putting it all together, this sounds like a lot to manage. How does someone like a technical program manager, a TPM, actually orchestrate this?
That's where the program management part comes in. The TPM's job is to define the strategy. What are the business goals? What absolutely must stay up and running perfectly?
So prioritizing based on business impact.
Absolutely. You can't monitor everything equally or you'll drown in data and alerts. The TPM figures out the scope, the objectives. Maybe for an e-commerce site, check out latency as priority 1. For a streaming service, it's buffer rates.
Right, focusing the effort where it counts.
Yeah.
But just setting it up isn't enough, is it? How do you make sure people use this info?
Communication is absolutely crucial. A TPM has to translate. They need to explain complex monitoring data, system health, risks to both technical folks and business stakeholders who might not know a CPU from a teacup.
Yeah, bridging that gap.
And fostering collaboration. Monitoring often needs input from developers, operations, security. Everyone needs to be on the same page. Clear reporting is key.
What about preventing problems? How does the TPM handle risk?
That's a big part of it. Identifying potential risks, reliability risks, performance bottlenecks, even security vulnerabilities that monitoring might reveal, then building plans to mitigate them.
And planning for when things do go wrong.
Definitely. That includes having solid incident response plans, not just for the applications, but importantly for the monitoring systems themselves. What if your alerting system fails?
Good point. Which brings us to alerting. How do you make alerts useful and not just noise?
Alerting best practices. That's critical. You need sensible thresholds. Don't alert on every tiny blip. Avoid alert fatigue, where people just start ignoring them.
We've all been there.
Right, alerts need context. What's broken? Why might it be broken? What's the impact? And they need to plug into your incident management process smoothly. Make them actionable.
So tying it all together, how do you know if you're actually doing a good job with cloud monitoring? What does success look like?
You measure it. Success might mean faster time to resolve incidents, definitely. Higher availability, less downtime. Maybe even cost savings, because you're catching issues before they become really expensive problems. The TPM helps define and track these success metrics.
Okay, so it really is this blend, isn't it? Deep technical understanding of clouds and tools, but also that strategic planning, communication, program management side of things.
Exactly. It's multifaceted. You need the technical chops and the organizational skills to make it effective. It's about clear visibility, smart communication, and proactive management.
It makes you wonder, as these cloud systems get even more complex, even more distributed, how are these monitoring strategies and tools going to have to evolve just to keep up?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Continuous adaptation is going to be key.